Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The whispers started quietly at first, the kind that float through practice facilities and late-night radio calls. But now they're growing louder, heavier, impossible to ignore because the idea of Jalix Benjamin Hunt wearing Dallas colors feels like the kind of blockbuster rumor that can tilt the balance of an entire division. For a YouTube audience hungry for drama and possibility, this is the kind of story that feels cinematic. Hunt, known around the league as a relentless linebacker with a motor that never cools, has been associated with Philadelphia. But insiders are hinting that the Cowboys have been circling, studying every snap, every pursuit angle, every explosive tackle. The speculation suggests Dallas sees Hunt not just as another defensive piece, but as a culture shift, a signal that the defense is ready to jump from solid to terrifying. When you hear coaches and scouts talk in hushed tones, they mention how Hunt's path through college football forged a player who thrives on being doubted. That hunger, that edge, is exactly what the Cowboys' defense has been accused of lacking in crucial moments. The rumor paints a picture of secret meetings, quiet phone calls, and a front office determined to strike before rivals even realize what is happening. If this move materializes, it would not simply be about adding a linebacker. It would be about rewriting the identity of a defense that wants to dominate conversations every single week. What makes this rumor even more electric is the backstory of Jalix Hunt himself, a player whose journey feels tailor-made for a dramatic chapter change. Coming from programs that demanded toughness and self-reliance, Hunt built his reputation through discipline and versatility rather than hype. The speculation around his potential move to Dallas leans heavily on the idea that the Cowboys believe his skill set fits their defensive vision better than where he currently stands. People close to the situation say the coaching staff imagines Hunt roaming freely, attacking gaps, dropping into coverage, and acting as the emotional spark that ignites the entire unit. This is not just about physical ability, but about mentality. Hunt has been described as someone who studies offenses like a chess player studies the board, always thinking several moves ahead. Cowboys fans, according to the rumor mill, are already picturing him barking signals, firing up teammates, and setting a tone that opponents dread. The narrative being whispered suggests Dallas wants to steal a rival's emerging weapon and turn him into a symbol of defensive resurgence. In a league where confidence can swing momentum, this possible signing feels like a declaration of intent rather than a simple roster adjustment. The ripple effects of such a move are also part of the speculation, because bringing Hunt into the Cowboys' locker room could change internal dynamics in ways both subtle and explosive. Linebacker rooms thrive on competition, and the idea of Hunt arriving with something to prove could push everyone around him to elevate their game. Insiders suggest that Dallas has been craving a linebacker who blends modern speed with old-school aggression, someone who can stay on the field in any situation without becoming a liability. Hunt fits that description almost too perfectly, which is why the rumor refuses to die. There is talk that defensive schemes could be tweaked to maximize his instincts, allowing him to play downhill while still trusting his coverage ability. This would free up other defenders to focus on their strengths, creating a more cohesive and unpredictable unit. Fans are imagining the energy shift, the way a single player can alter the emotional temperature of a sideline. Even opponents, according to speculative chatter, are already taking notice, quietly adjusting game plans just in case this rumor becomes reality. When a defense believes it has found its heartbeat, everything else starts to fall into place. Another layer to this rumor involves the broader rivalry narrative, because stealing a player like Hunt from a direct competitor would add fuel to an already intense fire. The Cowboys have always understood the psychological aspect of football, and speculation suggests they see Hunt as both a strategic and symbolic acquisition. It is about weakening a rival while strengthening themselves, a classic move that resonates deeply with fans who live for divisional drama. The talk around league circles hints that Dallas executives are confident in their pitch, selling Hunt on leadership opportunities and a defensive system built around his strengths. This is not being framed as a side role, but as a starring one. The rumor also suggests that Hunt's personality, calm but fiercely competitive, would mesh well with the Cowboys brand, giving them a defender who can handle spotlight pressure without losing focus. The narrative is almost poetic, a player shaped by underdog roots potentially stepping into one of the most visible franchises in sports. If this happens, it would be more than a transaction. It will be a storyline that dominates conversations and reshapes expectations. As the speculation continues, fans are dissecting every interview, every social media post, looking for hidden clues. Did Hunt like a post? Did a Cowboys player follow him? These tiny details are being magnified because the idea of him in Dallas feels transformative. Analysts in this rumor-driven conversation are emphasizing how defenses often need one catalyst to unlock their full potential. Hunt is being painted as that catalyst, someone whose arrival could instantly raise the floor and ceiling of the unit. The whispers say the Cowboys believe their defense is close, and that Hunt could be the missing piece that turns promise into dominance. This kind of belief, whether proven or not, fuels the excitement. It creates a sense that something big is brewing behind closed doors. For a YouTube narrative, this is gold, because it blends strategy, emotion, rivalry, and mystery into one compelling package that keeps viewers hanging on every word. By the time you step back and look at the full picture painted by these rumors, it feels less like idle chatter and more like a slow-building storm. Jalix Hunt's name is now firmly connected to the idea of a Cowboys defense changing levels, stepping into a new tier of respect and fear. The speculation suggests that if this move happens, it will be remembered as a turning point, the moment Dallas decided to be aggressive and unapologetic in its pursuit of defensive excellence. Until anything is confirmed, all we have are whispers and imagination. But sometimes those whispers are where the most powerful stories begin. The second part of this speculation dives even deeper into what a Hunt signing could symbolize long-term, because beyond the immediate impact, there is a sense that Dallas is thinking several seasons ahead. The rumors suggest the Cowboys view Hunt as a foundational piece, someone who can anchor the middle of the defense and allow younger players to develop around him. This is the kind of move that signals patience mixed with ambition, a belief that sustained dominance comes from building around intelligent, adaptable defenders. Insiders whisper that Hunt's football IQ is what truly excites the Cowboys' brain trust, more than raw athleticism alone. They imagine him diagnosing plays before the snap, adjusting alignments, and acting as an extension of the coaching staff on the field. For a defense that wants to disguise looks and confuse quarterbacks, this kind of mind is invaluable. The speculation paints a future where Dallas becomes known not just for star power, but for disciplined, ruthless execution. Fans are dreaming of a defense that dictates terms rather than reacting, and Hunt is being cast as the conductor of that symphony. Another angle being discussed in this rumor storm is how Hunt's personal narrative aligns with the Cowboys' desire to reshape their defensive identity. Coming from programs where he had to earn respect through work rather than reputation, Hunt embodies the grind that coaches love to highlight. The speculation suggests Dallas wants more players with that mentality, fewer passengers, and more drivers. Hunt is rumored to be seen as a tone setter, someone whose preparation habits could influence the entire locker room. Stories circulate about his film study routines and practice intensity, and while none of this is officially confirmed, it adds to the mythology forming around this potential move. The idea is that defenses are built on trust and accountability, and Hunt's presence could accelerate that process. When players believe in the man next to them, they play faster and freer. This is the emotional undercurrent of the rumor, the belief that Hunt could be the spark that turns individual talent into collective force. There's also speculation about how opposing offenses would react if Hunt joined the Cowboys. Coordinators are said to already respect his instincts and tackling ability, and the thought of him operating within a Dallas scheme raises concerns. The rumors suggest teams would have to account for him on every snap, adjusting protections and route concepts to avoid his impact. This kind of attention creates opportunities elsewhere on the defense, allowing pass rushers and defensive backs to thrive. The narrative being spun is that Hunt could create a domino effect, making everyone around him better simply by being a threat. This is the hallmark of truly impactful defenders, and it is why the rumor has such staying power. Fans love the idea of a player who changes how opponents prepare, and Hunt is being framed as exactly that kind of presence. Even if exaggerated, the speculation feeds into a vision of dominance that is hard to ignore. Financial and strategic considerations also weave through this speculative tale, because any major signing comes with ripple effects across the roster. The rumor suggests Dallas is willing to make tough decisions to prioritize defensive excellence, possibly reshaping contracts and roles to make room for Hunt. This speaks to a front office that is tired of being almost great and wants to push over the edge. The chatter implies that the Cowboys see this as a calculated risk, one worth taking because of Hunt's age, versatility, and upward trajectory. In a league obsessed with value, Hunt is being described as a player whose best football is still ahead of him. That promise is intoxicating, especially for a fan base desperate for sustained success. The speculation frames this move as bold but smart, aggressive yet grounded in long-term planning. The emotional reaction from fans is another crucial part of this rumor narrative, because the idea of Hunt in Dallas colors ignites imagination instantly. Social conversations, according to the chatter, are filled with mock lineups, hypothetical schemes, and passionate debates. Some fans see him as the missing puzzle piece, while others worry about chemistry and transition. That tension is part of what makes the story compelling. The rumor thrives on uncertainty, on the clash between hope and caution. For a YouTube storyteller, this is where engagement lives, because every viewer brings their own expectations and fears. Hunt becomes more than a player. He becomes a symbol of potential change, of a franchise daring to dream bigger. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. As this speculative saga continues to unfold, one thing is clear. The mere possibility of Jalix Hunt joining the Cowboys has already shifted the conversation around the defense. Even without confirmation, the rumor has injected energy and anticipation into the fan base. It has reframed how people talk about Dallas, not as a team clinging to past glory, but as one actively shaping its future. Whether this move ever becomes reality or remains a fascinating what if, the story itself reveals something important about the league. Belief, ambition, and narrative power matter almost as much as what happens on the field. And right now, the narrative of Hunt and the Cowboys feels like one of those stories that refuses to fade, growing stronger with every whispered detail. The second part of this rumor gains strength when you start hearing how voices inside the Cowboys organization allegedly view Jalix Hunt as more than just a defender, but as a psychological weapon. The speculation says Dallas has studied how modern defenses collapse late in games, not because of talent, but because of communication and emotional control. Hunt is rumored to be admired for his calm authority, the kind of player who settles chaos rather than adding to it. People close to the situation whisper that coaches imagine him as the player who gathers the defense after a broken play, resets everyone's focus, and demands accountability without theatrics. That presence is hard to measure, but it is often what separates good defenses from feared ones. The idea floating around is that Dallas wants a linebacker who can erase hesitation, who trusts his reads and commits fully, inspiring others to do the same. Hunt's name keeps resurfacing in that context, not as a flashy headline grabber, but as a stabilizing force. The rumor paints a picture of meetings where coaches replay his college and professional snaps, pointing out moments where he anticipates routes, closes space, and finishes with authority. This is where the belief grows that his impact would extend far beyond the stat sheet. Another layer of speculation centers on how Hunt could influence the Cowboys' defensive evolution in an era where offenses constantly force mismatches. The chatter suggests Dallas sees Hunt as a solution to that problem, a linebacker athletic enough to survive in space while still physical enough to punish runners. In whispered conversations, scouts allegedly praise his lateral movement and patience, traits that allow him to avoid overcommitting. The rumor claims this versatility would give Dallas more freedom in play calling, reducing predictability and increasing disguise. Imagine a defense that looks the same before the snap but morphs after it, and Hunt is rumored to be a key piece in making that illusion believable. This idea excites fans because it hints at sophistication, at a defense that thinks as fast as it hits. The speculation also suggests that Hunt enjoys these mental battles, that he takes pride in outsmarting offenses. That mindset aligns with what Dallas is rumored to want: defenders who crave responsibility rather than shy away from it. In this telling, Hunt becomes a chess piece that allows the entire board to open up. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.